Welcome to Times Now's Election Yatra. I'm Pratibha Chandran, and in this special episode, we are joining you live from another iconic location in Chennai, the Valluvar Kotam, dedicated to the philosopher and the Tamil icon Thiruvalluvar, who had written the Tirukkural over 2000 years ago. But while the verses were written over 2000 years ago, it still finds a mention in the politics of today. Whether it is Prime Minister Modi who speaks about the legacy of the Tamil culture, or whether it is the DMK that speaks about the secular ideals that Thiruvalluvar stood for. But today we are going to keep our focus on the women voters of Tamil Nadu. What is it that they believe? Who is the government that should be in power to ensure their safety, to get what they want? We hit the ground, speak to the people, but as always in every episode, we begin with our ode to Tamil culture. बैठिए बैठिए It's a fierce battle across 234 constituencies in Tamil Nadu for the seat of power in Chennai. For years, freebies has been an integral part of poll campaigns in Tamil Nadu. But the political parties have now increasingly begun tweaking their strategy to woo what remains the biggest electorate in the state, the women voters. After all, in the recently concluded SIR exercise, women emerged as the largest voting bloc. Of the 5.6 crore voters, nearly 2.9 crore voters are women, who outnumber the male voters by over 12 lakhs. No wonder then that the women voters have now become the focal point of electoral campaigns in recent years. Final voter list of Tamil Nadu, women account for as much as 51% of the entire electorate in the state. So any votes coming in from the women are going to be very significant for the parties, because why? We also have several doles that have been promised by the ADMK from the DMK as well. But what is in the mind of the women voters? They don't say much, but they know who they're voting for. In this episode, we're trying to decode what is it that women want and who do they want to see in power in the state. Be it the DMK or the AIADMK or the TVK, all sides have announced cash transfer schemes keeping the women voters in mind. Which is why today we've hit the ground to find out what's in the minds of arguably the most influential voters in the state. The mood among the women of Tamil Nadu could very well dictate which way this election goes. जाएंगे आप?
हम तो अभी नुंगमबक्कम जाना है हमको।
आइए बैठिए बैठिए।
And what better way to find out than meet these women who certainly know a thing or two about the city, Chennai's very own female auto drivers.
So today in our Times Now's election yatra, we have Bhavani ji joining us. She's a driver of the Pink Autos, and these have been introduced last year in the state for women, for the safety of women, and this is driven exclusively by women. Bhavani ji, thank you and welcome to Times Now's election yatra. We're covering the women voters, the women point of it. Firstly, tell us about these Pink Autos. You know, when was it introduced? How is it going? It's been 1 year of these autos now.
थैंक यू थैंक यू। हम तो गोइंग टू नुंगमबक्कम। यू अच्छा ट्रैवल कर रहा है आप तो। सुपर 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 वेरी नाइस।
अच्छा है ना? देखिए मुझे अच्छे से चला रही हूँ
चल रहे हो।
मैं। बताइए आपका एक साल कैसा रहा? यू नो पिंक ऑटोज, व्हेन डिड यू स्टार्ट राइडिंग दी ऑटोज? आपने कब शुरू किया?
हाँ, मैं तो 27 ईयर में गाड़ी चल रहा हूँ। अभी एक साल में पिंक ऑटो गवर्नमेंट सीएम हमको सबको लेडी को 1 लाख में एक गाड़ी दिया, पिंक गाड़ी। और लोन भी है। लोन तो हमें मंथली लोन 6,500 डालना है। वो तो परा नहीं। अभी गवर्नमेंट में क्या बोलना, बहुत अच्छा तो करता है। परा नहीं, अभी तो गाड़ी चलने के लिए बहुत कुछ काम कर लिया जाना है ना, उसका पास तो क्या करना, मंथली पैसा के लिए बैठना है। ये तो ऐसा नहीं है। गाड़ी में रोज गाड़ी चलेगा, घर को देखेगा, खाना पकेगा, बच्चा लोग को अच्छा पढ़ेगा।
Has it improved with the law and order situation? यहाँ पे बहुत लोग क्राइम के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं।
हाँ, बोलो।
तो आपको लगता है कि ये विमेन ऑटोज जो चला रही हैं,
हाँ।
उससे विमेन के लिए अक्रॉस द स्टेट फॉर विमेन इन चेन्नई ऑल्सो स्पेशली बिकॉज ऑफ दीज पिंक ऑटोज विमेन के लिए बहुत हेल्प हुआ है?
ஹெல்ப் ஆகும்। பிங்க் ஆட்டோ வந்து நிறைய பெண்கள் வந்து வீட்டு வேலைக்கு போயிருந்தாங்க, கடையில் வேலைக்கு போயிருந்தாங்க, நிறைய கஷ்டத்தில் வீட்டில் ஹஸ்பண்ட் வந்து சரியா இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. நல்ல ஹஸ்பண்ட் வந்து ஷேர் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஆனால் ஷேர் பண்ணாலும் கொண்டாலும் அவங்களுக்குள்ள ஒரு பெண்களை வெளியே விடலன்னா கஷ்டம். ஆனால் நாங்கள் ஒரு குரூப்பாக ஆட்டோ ஓட்டும் வீர பெண்கள் தொழிற்சங்கமாக இருக்க இவ்வளோ பேர் ஓட்டுறாங்க, நீ தாராளமாக போ. 2 பேர் சம்பாதிச்சாதான் குடும்பத்தை பார்க்க முடியும், பசங்களை படிக்க வைக்க முடியும். நிறைய கஷ்டங்கள் இருக்கும் போது இதை தாண்டி நல்லா கொண்டு போறோம்னா இன்னைக்கு நல்லா வெல்கம் பண்றாங்க. வீட்லயும் நம்மள நல்லா அப்ரோச்சிட்டி பண்றாங்க. பரவாயில்ல, ஆட்டோ ஓட்டு.
இன்ஸ்பிரேஷன் ரஜினிகாந்த். you remind me of Basha.
yes. நான் வந்து இந்த டிரைவிங்க்கு வந்தது சூப்பர் ஸ்டார் ரஜினிகாந்த். அவரை பார்த்து தான் நான் ஆட்டோ ஓட்டவே வந்தேன். அவரோட படம் போய் பார்ப்பேன். அவரோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிலிம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மூவி அன்னைக்கு நாங்க கும்பலா போய் பயங்கரமா டான்ஸ்லாம் ஆடி டிஜே எல்லாம் போட்டு அவரை ரொம்ப ரொம்ப ஐ லவ் யூ ரஜினிகாந்த். ரஜினிகாந்த் மாணிக் பாஷா மாணிக் பாஷா. அதனால எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரு இன்க்ரூமெண்ட் வரும்போது அதை தாண்டி நம்ம வந்து கொண்டு வரோம்னா, ஒரு உதாரணம் யாருன்னா எனக்கு சூப்பர் ஸ்டார் ரஜினிகாந்த். ஐ லைக் யூ, ஐ லவ் யூ.
Okay, now elections are coming. So election பத்தி என்ன?
எலெக்ஷன் பத்தி கண்டிப்பா இப்ப நான் வந்து வண்டி வந்து மொத்தம் 98ல இருந்து 27 வருஷமா ஆட்டோ ஓட்டுறேன். அப்போ வந்து இருக்கும் போது நாங்க வந்து அம்மா மூலியமா வாங்குறது ஒரு பக்கம் இருந்தாலும், ஆனா ஸ்டாலின் மூலியமா ஐயா இந்த வாட்டி வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப பெண்களுக்கு ரொம்ப நல்லா பண்றாரு. மெயின் காரணம் பப்ளிக், மெயினா பாத்ரூம் எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருந்தது. ரொம்ப எங்க போனாலும் பாத்ரூம் வந்து ஹோட்டல்ல போனா விட மாட்டாங்க, பெட்ரோல் பங்க்லயும் விட மாட்டாங்க. ஆனா இந்த ஆட்சியில ஐயா வந்து முதலமைச்சர் மு க ஸ்டாலின் வந்து ஆனா எங்களுக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாத்ரூம், அடுத்தது வந்து பெண்களுக்கு திட்டம் வந்து ஆட்டோ 1 லட்சம் மானியத்துல ஆட்டோ கொடுத்தாரு. பெண்கள் ஏன் கஷ்டப்படணும், பெண்கள் நல்லா உற்சாகமா வரணும். மாசம் 1000 ரூபாய் கொடுத்தாங்க. அப்புறம் பஸ் கொடுத்தாங்க. பஸ் ஃப்ரீ பஸ் கொடுக்கலாங்களா? ஃப்ரீ பஸ் இப்ப பெண்கள் கிட்ட காசு
உங்களுக்கு இஷ்டம்னா
என்ன
ஃப்ரீ பஸ் 2500 rupees
2000 கொடுத்துருந்தாங்க. எல்பிஜி கேஸ் எல்லாத்துக்குமே வந்து ஒரு வழிமுறை நான் வந்து என்னோட ஓட்டு ஸ்டாலினுக்கு தான் போடுவேன்.
Okay, I want to ask you, BJP, ADMK?
No.
And Vijay?
Vijay no. Vijay तो अभी एक्टिंग है. वो तो वो एक्टर करता है ना, वो एक्टिंग करेगा, वो आएगा तो उसका क्या मालूम पड़ेगा.
Vijay, no chance.
No chance था 100% no. 50 की 50 आएगा तो मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा. வருவாரா வரமாட்டாரா 50% தெரியல. அதனால சாய்ஸ்ன்றது கடவுள் gift. ஆனா
Okay.
இந்த ஆட்சி சூப்பர்.
But promises, no.
Only Stalin.
Okay. Thank you. And with that, we have your stop as well that has come. I hope you enjoyed the ride in this pink auto with us. Thank you for joining us.
Super.
Thank you for telling us what the women of Tamil Nadu want, and thank you for letting us ride here as well. अभी किधर है? फेयर दिया ना, फेयर देना ना।
मैं अभी तो राउंड कर लिया नुंगमबाग में, तो वल्लूर कोटे में हमको
आप
छोड़ा।
मुझे फेयर देना ना, मैं आपको पूरा घुमाया ना।
मैं दूंगा, लो रख लो।
अरे थैंक यू। ये मेरा today's earnings, and this is the women empowerment that you are talking about as well, isn't it? Taking the women's safety aspect of it, because it's a women rider, and you have of course women empowerment as well with this. So that's going to be in your mind when you are doing your voting as well. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed the ride. Thank you for joining us on Times Now's Election Yatra.
These pink autos are a women-led transportation initiative equipped with GPS trackers to empower the women of Chennai. While this is certainly a positive move in the direction of women's safety, the AIADMK and the TVK have made the women's safety as a key poll plank this election.
So the gender gap has clearly increased in the state. The women voters outnumber the men voters in the state, which is why they're also being wooed by every party, from promises of welfare schemes from 1,000 rupees to 2,000 rupees from the DMK, the ADMK, and multiple promises being made by Vijay as well. How do women view these promises that have been made from the parties? Do they want to see women empowerment? Are they looking for long-term solutions, or do they welcome these freebies or these promises that are being made by the political parties?
With Vijay's entry further adding to the challenge, the NDA is looking to repeat its tried and tested women-centric governance model in Tamil Nadu. And if the NDA needs to counter Vijay's outreach to women, then why not do that with another fellow-turned-politician in their own camp? So as the election season begins, it's a very hectic time for political leaders in Tamil Nadu, and we have a very special guest joining us on Times Now's Election Yatra, the iconic Khushbu. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to our show, Election Yatra.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So how is the election looking now? How is the preparedness for the BJP? What are the main issues?
The issues are that a party like DMK, which is known only for corruption, and the last 5 years we have seen how the state of Tamil Nadu, whether it's law and order, when you talk about corruption, there's nothing happening here. I mean, it's just that law and order has taken a nosedive. The corruption is at its peak, and people are tired of DMK. They're saying that enough is enough. We need somebody else to make sure that we need a good governance and people flourish, and there's a growth in the state. And they're very clear that they want the NDA alliance to win.
But, when the BJP mentions it, you always call it the NDA alliance. But when EPS speaks, he calls it the AIADMK alliance. So, who is the senior partner in this alliance?
So, we all know that definitely BJP is a junior partner here when it comes to Tamil Nadu. And we are more than happy to have EPS leading us from the front. And whether it's Amit Shah ji or whether it's the Prime Minister, we have been saying that he is the face as a CM candidate for Tamil Nadu when it comes to NDA alliance. So we are not denying that, and we are ready to say that yes, he is leading us from the front when it comes to NDA alliance in Tamil Nadu.
And what about the kind of schemes that have been introduced as well? Because we had previously the Prime Minister as well criticizing it, saying freebies in the budget as well. The Finance Minister also spoke about having the kind of fiscal dream that the country wants to showcase for a dream of 2047. Is that at odds with what is being promised in Tamil Nadu or in the elections?
See, what is possible, only that should be promised. Now we have, Tamil Nadu alone has almost a 10 lakh crore debt with them. The government owns it. But I think just freebies won't work. We want everyone to be independent. So it's like Yozgar Yojana and everything. So I think what is important is we are pushing people. We are telling the country, we are telling the every citizen that you can be on your own. You have to be independent. You have to be financially independent. And we are working towards that.
Is there a worry that BJP is still seen as an outsider party? You have Dravidian parties that have always traditionally done well here, and BJP still being seen as an outsider. Is that a worry at all?
Definitely not. How can BJP be seen as an outsider? Tamil Nadu is part of India, right? So when BJP is ruling in all the other states in India, why is that Tamil Nadu, not Tamil Nadu? And why we say that BJP is an outsider in Tamil Nadu? It's not. We have 4 sitting MLAs. So we are no way an outsider. We might be a little junior when it comes to terms of election and the party wise, but otherwise I would say that we are no way an outsider. People have accepted us very gracefully and very graciously, and with a lot of humility we thank them, and we say that we are here to work for you, and we will.
Okay, I want to also ask about the new entrant. Tamil Nadu is one state where film stars have done really well politically as well. Vijay, how do you see his entry into politics?
I don't see his entry as a politics as a threat, but he is the biggest star we have in Tamil Nadu today. What Mr. Rajinikanth probably was in 91, 92, the euphoria he has, you see the kind of crowds that come to see him. He's just entered politics. He might be a little novice and naive to politics and the way the politics works. But since we all are fond of him, he's more like a younger brother to me. So I always say that I wish him good luck. We may be, as brother and sister, we may be in 2 different corners, but that doesn't take away the love and affection we have for each other. That shall continue, and all I say is wishing him good luck.
Okay, so is there any way that TVK and the BJP alliance could be a probability? Are there any talks that are taking place?
Like I said, we leave it to the elders to come with those discussions and answers for those kind of questions, rather than creating confusions. I think there are senior leaders and they will talk about it.
Because the TVK has been open about the Congress party. They have almost said that we would want to be in an alliance with the Congress party, and they've attacked the centre as well time and again. So ideologically, is there going to be any challenge if there is any talks with Vijay?
No, I think as far as politics is concerned, you may agree to disagree with few, but nobody is a permanent enemy. I mean, we have seen where people have spoken as sworn enemies, but they have joined hands. I mean, whether it's DMK, all the top leaders, what you talk about in DMK, the ministers, they have come from different party. When you have Nayanar sir in our own party as a state president, he has been in a different party. Today, when you look at AIDMK, there are people who have been from different parties, and probably they would have very sworn against each other. Even in Vijay's party today, you have people who have spoken against Vijay, but they have joined. And what the Rajya Sabha member, they have made DMK. We had Kamal sir speaking so vehemently against the DMK, but they are friends today. They are in alliance. So nobody is a permanent enemy and nobody a permanent friend when it comes to politics. So we still have a long way to go. We shall wait and watch.
So is that a hint that there is a possibility that the BJP will also be welcoming him?
All I'm saying is, it's not a hint. I said, let's go with the flow. Let's see what it has in store. We are prepared as NDA with AIDMK as a major partners. We are happy with our alliance, and the doors are open. Anybody come and join us if they think they want to work for the people. And this is one alliance which is working for the people. So anybody is free to come and join us.
Okay, all right. So the next few days or weeks are going to be very interesting. But as we speak about the people, the issues for the people, I also want to talk about women in particular. You are also very vocal about such issues. What do you think, firstly, you entering politics, was that a conscious decision, or it just so happened because you've also been in multiple parties now with the BJP? What made you think that BJP is the party? Is that the message you want to give out?
All I want to say is politics is not where you are making money in your and putting it in your pocket. It's like you're not doing a self-service. You come into politics because you want to serve the people. And I always say we like to be known as politicians because it sounds good. But who are politicians? They're public servants. So we are here to serve the people. And me being a very vehemently patriotic person who wears me being an Indian on my sleeves, I thought BJP was the right party. I did waste 6 years of my political life in Congress, which I thought was a real waste. So that's only one thing which I regret. I definitely don't regret being in DMK earlier, because till Kalaignar was there, I think it was really handled very well. He was people's leader, I would say, but not anymore. And when I moved out and joined Congress, and even when I was in Congress, there were policies policies which were brought in by BJP. And I have stood up and I have supported and spoken about it, whether it was the education policy, whether it was the RERA, and all these policies, and what happened with the Bilkis Bano case and everything. So, and triple talaq. Yeah. So I was somebody who stood up and really clapped, said, okay, no, this is the right way forward, despite being in Congress then. So I think you need to understand that, are you going to serve one particular family or you want to serve the nation? And I choose to serve the nation and not a family.
Okay, all right. And you spoke about your journey in politics as well. Is there a worry in places like Tamil Nadu, especially? You have leaders like Jayalalitha who have been the chief minister and a stalwart chief minister at that. But is there a worry that women are, become a token representation in the party? Does that happen? You're saying in BJP it does not. And in terms of for women voters as well, is that a scheme that is introduced for the women because they show their support to the parties, but not enough work being done on ground?
So women empowerment is the first and foremost at the mind of BJP and the Prime Minister. The kind of schemes that have come up, whether it is Awas Yojana, whether it was about women building the toilets for women, more than 13 crore, whether it is about gas, giving gas to the women. I think it's important to understand where and the amount of schemes that have been brought in where women, to empower women, for them to start up a business, the kind of loans, and you don't have to pay it back, you don't have to pay the interest rates. So all that. And today when you see whether it is any field for that matter in the last 12 years, and I would say even, in armed forces, whether it was Operation Sindoor, you see how women have been at the forefront and they have been given a chance that you go and fight, you're there at the combat fighting. So I think we believe in Nari Shakti, we believe in women empowerment, and we are very happy the way women have shown their faith and trust in BJP.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on Times Now's Election Yatra. And that's the message to the voters. Go out and vote. And of course, as the electioneering begins, we are also going to be visiting across Tamil Nadu and Kerala to speak to you, the voter, and get your voice on TV on everything that you want to say, the issues, the netas, all of it on Election Yatra. The battle lines are drawn and the target is locked and loaded. The DMK is eyeing a second straight term, while the NDA is looking for a comeback. And Vijay is keen on playing the role of a disruptor in a landscape dominated by Dravidian politics. But will the women voters be the deciding factor? And is it going to be the verdict that changes the course of Tamil Nadu politics?
Women voters are the most powerful forces in the state when it comes to the elections, and the parties know it well as well, which is why we put the focus on the women voters. And with that, it's a wrap up on this edition of Times Now's Election Yatra. Thank you for joining us. We see you again at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow.